Hi, today we're going to look at the coordinate plane. Now, take a look at the vocabulary right here. When I say coordinate plane, I'm talking about this picture, the y-axis, the x-axis, and the four quadrants that are created. And we use this plane to graph points. Now, the x-axis is always the horizontal line, so it's right here. And the y-axis is always the vertical line. It's going up and down right here. The origin is always right here, right at 0, 0, this red dot in the middle. And quadrants are these four areas. Quadrant 1 is always the upper right hand area. Quadrant 2 is the upper left hand area. Quadrant 3 is right below quadrant 2, and quadrant 4 is right below quadrant 1. Now when we talk about graphing, we always talk about ordered pairs. And order just means the x-coordinate always has to be written first, and the y-coordinate is always written second. And I want you to notice there's always parentheses around the points, and there's always a comma that separates them. So if I had the point 3, 2, the 3 is what we call the x-coordinate. It's always written first. The y-coordinate would be the 2. It's always written second. And now for a scatter plot, I'd like you to add to your notes right now 4 little pictures. I want you to try to make them look just like mine, okay? And what a scatter plot looks like, it's just a group of points, and they look kind of like birdseed was thrown on a graph. They're all these little separate points. And we want to look for what's called a trend line. It does not connect each dot to the other. It just is a trend. For example, if I had these dots graphed, I would look at this trend line going up from left to right, and this is what we call a positive relationship or a positive trend. And then if we take a look at these points right here, and I would read it from left to right, I see that it's going down. So this is what we call a negative relationship. When I look at all of these points here, they're kind of all over the place. I can't draw a trend line. And so this would be what we call no trend or no relationship. And sometimes it happens that the points are grouped together like this, where I could draw this flat trend line. And that's what we call a constant relationship. Now take a look at example 1 right here. They want us to give the coordinates of the point. So take a look at point A. The way we explain it is we always start at the origin, and then we would tell them to move 2 units left and move 3 units up. So if you take a look here, point A is 2 units to the left of the origin and 3 units up. So the x-coordinate, because we went to the left, is -2, and the y-coordinate, because we went up, is +3. So the way we'd write that is -2, +3. And notice how I have parentheses around the numbers, and they're separated by a comma. Take a look at point B. Remember, always start at the origin, and then we would tell somebody, well, you have to move 4 places to the right and then 1 unit down. So point B is 4 units to the right, which makes the x-coordinate +4, and 1 unit down, which makes the y-coordinate -1. So we would write 4, -1 and surround it with parentheses. Okay, so on the checkpoint, they want us to give the coordinates of each point. Take a look at number 1 and find C. Now remember, we always start at the origin, and we would tell somebody move 2 units to the left, and then don't go up or down. So 2 units left, 0 up or down. So our x-coordinate is -2, our y-coordinate is 0. Remember, put parentheses around the numbers and separate them by a comma. Take a look at number 2, letter D. All right, so start at the origin, and you would explain to someone, move 4 places left, and then move 1, 2, 3 places down. So 4 left gives us -4, 3 down gives us -3. So it's 4, -3. Take a look at number 3, letter E. Remember, always start at the origin, tell somebody to move 2 places to the right, and then 4 places down. So 2 right is +2, 4 down is -4. So it's 2, -4. Example 2, they want us to plot the points and then describe the location of the point. So take a look at A. They give us 2, 3. So start at the origin. Positive 2 means move to the right 2. Positive 3 means go up 3. So draw a solid closed dot and label it A. And then I want you to notice I put the quadrants in orange here. So I would graph the point, and then I would tell somebody that point A is located in quadrant 1. And then take a look at B. So to graph -4, 0, I start at the origin. -4 tells me to move to the left 4 units, and then 0 tells me don't go up or down. So I put a solid closed dot on -4 on the x-axis. So when I describe the location, this is a little different. You would have to say it's on the x-axis. It is not in one of the quadrants. Okay, look at C. They want us to graph 1, -3. So start at the origin. 1 tells me to move to the right 1, and -3 tells me to drop down 3. So I draw my point, a solid closed dot, I label it C, and then I want you to notice it is in quadrant 4. Okay, so look at the checkpoint. Plot the point and describe the location. So take a look at number 4. Letter D is at 0, 3. So always start at the origin. The 0 means don't go left or right. And then 3 tells me to go up 3. So I draw a solid closed dot and I label it D. And notice that I told you the location is on the y-axis. Okay, take a look at number 5, letter E. And so we have to move -2, -4. So start at the origin, move to the left 2, and then drop down 4. Draw your dot, label it E, and notice how it's located in quadrant 3. And then take a look at number 6. Letter F is at -1, 2. So start at the origin. -1 tells me to move to the left 1. +2 tells me to go up 2, and draw your solid closed dot, label it F, and notice how that's located in quadrant 2. Okay, take a look at example 3, making a scatter plot. So they give us a situation where the number of hours you spend studying for 5 different math tests and the score you got on each test is given in the table. Make a scatter plot of the data and describe any relationship you see. So there's a little trick in algebra that I like to use. Anytime somebody gives us a table of data, I always want you to look at what's written first and assign that the x value, and then look at what's labeled second and give that the y value. So this is really an x and a y table. So that way we can write the data as ordered pairs. This is the x, 1, and this is the y, 55. So we have a point 1, 55 that we can graph. So start at the origin, move to the right 1, and then go up to where 55 would be and draw your dot. And then the next point would be 3, 78, and I wrote it right here. So go to the right 3 and then go up to 78 and draw your dot. And then the next point would be 4, 86, which is right here. So go to the right 4 and up to 86. And then the next point, of course, would be 4, 89. And so go to the right 4 and up 89. And then the last point they gave us was 5, 98, which I wrote right here. So go to the right 5 and then up 98. And then I used the yellow to draw that trend line. Remember, the trend line is reading the points from left to right. And notice how they're going up, up, up. So that is a positive trend or a positive relationship. And what that really means is, as the hours you study would go up and increase, your test scores also go up and increase. Something to think about.